What's up, friends, Star Wars fans, and fellow action figure collectors? Danimal here, wishing you a happy Star Wars Day. May the 4th be with you. I see a lot of good Star Wars love going around on the net today, so I thought I would throw a video up, maybe like a short collection tour, and kind of show you my workspace and what I've been doing these days. So let me just jump right into it. We got the BMF chilling down here on its own pedestal. I have Jabba's on the bottom shelf here, Cantina, Jawas and Tusken Raiders and Sand Troopers. We have the Expanded Universe shelf, kind of prequels a little bit in the corner here, Clone Wars and Rebellion on the left side and Empire on the right. And then my workspace is kind of over here. So let me give you a little bit of a flyby here. This is more or less just a mishmash of various films and Rebel types. Focus here. Of course, we have Luke and Biggs cutting it up with the ladies here. We have Darth Maul set up here with the Vintage Collection Maul. Okay, well, we run down the entertainment center here. We have, like I said, a very small prequel section. Sort of villains table here. We have the little storming the Jedi Temple. And I have a Birth of Vader kind of mini diorama in the back that I am going to expand into a full diorama at some point. That one's on the chopping block, if you will. For the time being. Okay, just kind of mixed Clone Wars. No real special setup here. Just kind of earlier Clone Wars, maybe later Clone Wars. Okay, then we have Bounty Hunters. Yeah, Turncoat there, Captain Argaius. And here I kind of have a little sort of Tartakovsky Clone Wars setup here with the kidnapping of Palpatine. Alright, now let me move down to the EU shelf, which is going to be a little tricky with the lighting, but I apologize if it's going to be a little bright. Okay, I'm just going to have to kind of hold this light over here to the side. They're kind of somewhat categorized to storylines as far as their shelf setup, but it's mostly 90s EU, which is what I'm really the most into. 90s EU and Clone Wars EU, because some of us older heads remember back in the day before the prequels came out. Back in the 90s, the Expanded Universe is all we had for new material, so the books and the comics and what have you. I mean, I was really hardcore into that when I was younger. So we have the Jawas and Tusken Raiders kind of going on here. Still looking for those droids. Those poor saps. Alright, let's move down to the Cantina. Yep. Alright, so that's the current Cantina setup. And then here it is, Jabba's with, for now I just kind of stuck some dollar store LED lights on the top and the roof there. Okay, you can see it with some better light. Okay, and my small little Imperial setup here. Okay, it's also a mishmash, a little bit of modern thrown in with mostly Power of the Force 2, which is the bulk of my collection. Quite a lot of Power of the Force figures. I said mostly my Stormies. Most of the modern Stormies are kind of peppered around into different setups around. Oh, and I missed these. Oh, my shot there. This is the Vintage Collection Slave 1, of course, which is arguably my favorite vehicle from the modern line. Okay. Oh, the Rancor hiding out down here. Okay, and then moving around to this side. I have some shelves with things you guys pretty much have seen before. This is a little diorama I made. My son had smashed his little metal X-Wing, so I decided to throw it together into kind of a Jakku, little mini diorama. And then I have, I intend to eventually do a small little kind of Ray vignette with their speeder. And if you guys haven't seen my Lego build video for that, for the Millennium Falcon, and a few different dioramas that I've done before. Display is obviously over with the Rebels. And then here is basically the workbench, where I do my diorama-ing. Okay, I have a lot of supplies down here, there's a little cabinet tucked down here, poster board and various things. These are my accessory kits. We have paints and various supplies around. And this is the current project I had just finished a few weeks ago. Some of you on Facebook have seen this, but I'll be posting a YouTube video for my Starkiller base diorama. Okay, so that pretty much wraps up what I have on display. I still do have a pretty decent amount of things packed away, unfortunately, because just the room. Don't have the room to have it displayed. There's a tote down here with vehicles in it. This contains vehicles, unopened. These are unopened figures for the most part in here. And then these totes also contain loose figures that I just don't have ways to incorporate into the dioramas that I have existing. So, I mean, I have a pretty good amount not displayed. And then down here we have creatures and vehicles and a bunch of, mini rigs and stuff like that. In there, I also just don't have the room to have displayed. So, as the next coming months go on, and I hit flea markets and different used secondhand places, things like that, I'm going to be buying shelving, basically, as much as I can get, in tables and things. So, as the collection and dioramas expand, I'll be throwing more videos up for you guys, update videos. So I intend this summer to do a large tabletop diorama, going back and forth between Hoth hangar and Endor, basically like a landing of the Imperial shuttle Tidarium, I was thinking maybe. So, we'll see. We'll see which direction we go with that. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you had a great Star Wars day. And, go watch The Force Awakens like 20 times, because, it's on Blu-ray now. Alright, catch you guys later. And as always, may the Schwartz be with you.